How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin. Today's topic of discussion is going to be selfish versus selfless. Selfish versus selfless. Let's take a quick look at each one of the words. Selfish, pretty much, we all know what that is. You're only thinking about self. You're only concerned with what starts and ends with you, and it's got to have a benefit to you. Selfish. Selfless. We're going to stop on this one for a moment. Selfless. You're not even thinking about yourself. The reason why we're going to stop on this one for a moment, you have some people that operate like that, and they think that that's the definition of being a good person, is being selfless, not thinking about themselves at all. That's good to a degree. Like everything, you need balance. What's not good is you allowing yourself to be not thinking about yourself. It just slipped my mind. Oh, selfless. The word just slipped my mind. What's not good is being absolutely selfless. Thinking about yourself, not thinking about yourself at all. What this can lead to you being taken advantage of. I've seen where you have people where they think that they gotta consistently offer themselves up, offer their services up to everybody in their circle, everybody outside of their circle, and not think about themselves. We've talked about this on this channel before, on some of my older videos. If you look from whatever this video's dated as, if you look a year and a half back, look at those batch of videos, you'll see that we talk about these things. When you do that, when you're operating in a selfless manner, think about your friendships. It's not just you take all or you give all. A friendship is some give and some take. Just like any relationship should be, some give and some take. Now, if you're operating selflessly, which you're giving yourself to everybody in your circle, everybody on the outside of your circle, and nobody's putting in, everybody's just, instead of take a penny, leave a penny, everybody's just taking a penny. Well, how many pennies do you have left? That's all right. I'm just being a good person. I'll go without. Well, how long are you going to go without? Now, we've talked about this in a number of my other videos where in order for you to be a good you or a healthy you got to think about you. See, the thing is, in thinking about you, having some of that selfishness to think about you and give yourself the nourishment and the things that you need, it doesn't only make you a better you, but then it makes you a better you for the other people that surround you, the other people that have to deal with you. Because now you have boundaries in place. So now when I'm giving to you, whether it's whatever it is that I'm giving to you, instead of me giving to you begrudgingly, because now I'm feeling a certain type of way because I've operated selflessly for so long, nobody's putting in up on it, and it's really kind of having me angry with the way that I'm operating, but I'm just built this way to be a good person, so I keep giving and giving and giving, and nobody's returning, and then sometimes I may kind of grumble under my breath a little bit, or sometimes I may actually have the intentions of saying something, or maybe the words do cross my lips to where I let people know on how I feel, and people put in that penny for a moment to shut me up so they can get back to taking their pennies. Take a penny, leave a penny. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about a lot of times when you went into, or at least it should be like this with some of the stores. When you went into gas stations back in the day, or a convenience store, and you were paying with something, if you were short a penny or two, they had a little bowl or some sort of container there where you could take a penny, where other people just left. They left their money in there because they didn't want it. 2 or 3 pennies. Okay, yeah, I don't want to carry 2 or 3 pennies. Put that in this bowl. Let the next person get it. So the next person comes along, they're short a penny, hey, they take a penny out. But what happens is, if you start out with 9 cents off in there because you had individuals that has left that money, because that's the way that it happens is people put money into that bowl, and you got 9 cents, and you have people that come along and they take 2, 3, 4 cents. Nobody ever puts anything back in. What about the people that come in behind you? Might as well take the bowl and throw it away. Nobody's going to put in on it. It's the same thing with your relationships. It's okay to reevaluate your relationships from time to time. Like I've said in other videos. One day I may be standing tall, you may be leaning on me. The next day, you may be standing tall, I may be leaning on you. They're a give and a take. It's an ebb and a flow. Nobody has it all figured out. We have highs just as well as we have lows. People that have lows today, they may have a high tomorrow. They may have it next week. Sometimes you do get down on your luck. You may run through well, it's not sometimes, that's life. You are going to have times where you run through a series of lows. You're just like, man, when is the next high going to come along? Okay, but I'm sure, just as sure as you keep on living, you'll have another high. Because you just like you had accomplishments before in the past, you'll have them again. So we're not talking about those situations. There are situations where you end up leaning on people and you're leaning on them hard. I know I've done it, and I know people have done it to me. Where you're just in the, you're in the valley and you're leaning on them hard and you're getting assistance. Those aren't the situations that I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who live in those valleys. They're not even looking up. They're not even looking up for a way out. They're not even looking for a staircase to the other side of the mountain or a ladder. They're down here. They don't have a sleeping bag. They didn't set up shop. Down here in the valley. They're not thinking about going any higher. Hey, I'm miserable. You want to visit with me? Come down here. What? You live somewhere other than the valley? I ain't leaving here. You have people that operate with misery, and they just have the attitudes are just, it's just a dismal outlook on life. And the thing is, you have to ask yourself okay, do I want to have that same outlook? How much time am I willing to devote to being down in these lows? Now that I think about it, you've never been up out of the valley. Man, what am I doing? What are we doing? What's going on with this relationship? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. To get back to the topic of this video, selfish versus selfless, you have to be balanced. I can assure you, if you're operating selflessly, not thinking about yourself at all and the things that you need in order to be a healthy you, you'll be surrounded by selfish people. Until next time, my name is Ayin. Stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. You have a good one.